What do you really got to do with me? Everything targeted to the radio program that also help further us in Liberia. Then you have to stealing money now. Join the fight against corruption in Liberia. Listen.
Good morning. Good morning. It's good to be on your radio with your Integrity Watch program. Integrity Watch is a 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It runs from 11 to 12 noon. We are live today on Truth 96.1 FM and also on Integrity TV. It's been streamed live on Integrity TV. If you are following us, you can leave your comments whoever following us. Today we want to recognize people who are going to be following us. So if you join, we'll try to recognize those people and encourage others to join. Share the live and let others follow. A repeat of the program will come on Sunday from 9 to 10 p.m. Integrity Watch is the primary radio-based communication and information dissemination platform of CENTAL. It is a key advocacy tool that provides essential information around the state of the fight against corruption, national integrity building efforts, as well as promotes the culture of accountability, transparency, integrity, and evidence-based decision-making across all sectors of Liberia. Under CENTAL's National Integrity Building and Anti-Corruption Program, funded by the government and people of Sweden, through the Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, or SIDA, the radio program serves as an engagement, coordination, and advocacy platform that rallies citizens and other stakeholders' support for the fight against corruption and bad governance. As part of this program, CENTAL has established the Advocacy and Legal Advice Center, known as ALAC. So the ALAC is an independent platform that enables citizens to freely report and seek redress to corruption and other integrity-related issues within their communities, counties, and the country at large. So we encourage citizens to take advantage of this process so that we all can join the fight against corruption. The fight against corruption will never be won by CENTAL alone, neither the government alone. It requires all of us working together wherever you find yourself, in the marketplace, the traffic, whether as motorcyclist, whether as a cab rider, whoever you are, wherever you find yourself. We all must work together to make this country a better place. No one except us can make this country better. So let's join the fight against corruption and make Liberia a better place. So there are different means through which you can contact our Advocacy and Legal Advice Center. We have the email address. The email address is alac@cental.org.lr. So it's alac@cental.org.lr. It's spelled alac@cental.org.lr. The Facebook address is CENTAL ALAC, all in uppercase. So we have the hotline number. The number to call to report issues about corruption is 4432. 4432. That's the number. It's a short code. So if you call, you are not going to be charged. It's free. It's prepaid. So it means that we've already paid for it on your behalf. So yours is only to make a call. So just call 4432 and report issues about corruption. So Lone Star and Orange GSMs, you can use either GSMs you can call. So the Integrity Watch radio program is very civil and informative with zero tolerance on the use of invectives and other denigrating comments. So bring guests on this platform. They are gathered by this rule. So today is Wednesday, October October 19, 2022, and this edition of the program is going to be giving you update about the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia, its activities. And then we're going to be more educative this morning, looking at the three known kinds of corruption. We are going to be more educative this morning. As you may know, this platform is intended to educate the public about corruption and how all of us can join this fight. Because we believe that with knowledge, people can be able to have the power to demand. If you don't know something, it's difficult for you to speak about it, either for you to demand or to ask about what it should be. So that's what we want to do today. We're going to look at the three basic kinds of corruption. So we have petty corruption, we have grand corruption, and we have systemic corruption. So these three basic types of corruption is what we're going to be looking at today. But before we do that, let us give you the update. So on Friday of last week, the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia, under its a project with the in collaboration with with DAR, we conducted the dialogue was held in Painesville at the Golden Key Hotel, and it brought together stakeholders from different, in the educational sector. So the development alternatives, development alternative incorporated DAR and the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia, collaboratively, they were implementing this USAID funded project called the Civil Society Activity Project. So the CSA project held, they conducted research in in Monserrate or Nimba, Grand Bassa counties. So they brought the stakeholders together to present to them the findings from the research that were conducted in the educational sector. And the CEOs, the DEOs, and different stakeholders in the educational sector assembled. They assembled at the Golden Key Hotel, and that program was held on Friday. And in continuation of our activity, the Joint Civil Society Anti-Corruption Initiative, an initiative that brings together CBOs, which are community-based organizations, and community-based organizations and local different organizations who brought them together, and we were able. They are collaborating to be able to create awareness and jointly advocate and create awareness against corruption in Liberia. So over the week, last week, they were able to conduct different activities, have different engagements, and same last week they were. This week, in fact, earlier this week, they had engagement with the LFA. And the essence of all of these engagements, we want to make sure that we expand, we engage all sectors. So everyone must get involved. The message must reach out to everybody. So whether be it in the marketplaces, we are having engagements there, whether in the Senate, in the House of Representatives. So under this third phase of the project, so that all of these activities are being done under the National Integrity Building and Anti-Corruption Program. So under this third phase, the Joint Civil Society Anti-Corruption Initiative, they've now, as part of their activities, targeted the sporting communities. They are now targeting the executives. So they are going to be engaging with members of the executive, the judiciary. We want to expand, to make sure that we engage everybody so that we all, that we have said and we will repeatedly say, the fight against corruption requires all of us working together. So be it the schools, the schools engagement, we've been engaging with the schools under the integrity club. Students have been engaged, we've been engaging with different schools in the counties. Our county field officers are engaging with schools in the counties, and the number of projects being implemented in 7 counties. So Montserrado, Bond County, Nimba County, Bombing County, Grand Bassa, River says these are the counties, Bapulu and Bapulu. These are the counties that the project is being implemented in. So in these 7 counties, including Montserrado, 7 counties, we have county field officers. So these county field officers, they are the ambassadors of the Center for Transparency and Accountability in these counties. So they've been having engagement, similar things that are going on here. They are also happening in the counties. So the county field officers they are having engagements in different communities, in the marketplaces, with the schools, and engaging stakeholders. So these are things that we are doing, and we just wanted to bring you that update so that you know what we are doing. So before we go to our topic for today, our point of discussion for today, we want to talk, like we said, we are going to be looking at the 3 new kinds of corruption. We have petty corruption, you have grand corruption, and you have systemic corruption. So these 3 types of corruption, we're going to be looking at them, and we'll define them, and we look at where have you seen them? I mean, they exist all over, all around the place. These different types of corruption occur. But we'll talk about it. But before we do that, let us go to little things that matter. One of the little things that matter, we want to greet His Excellency, the President of Liberia. Good morning, Your Excellency, and good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia. Good morning to everyone. Wherever you are viewing us from, we say welcome again. And if you are Liberian, wherever a partner of Liberia, a well-wisher, we say welcome. We say good morning to you, good afternoon, or good evening to you, wherever you are. And we hope and trust that everyone is doing well. Let us put Liberia first in everything that we do as citizens of Liberia. Because if you put Liberia first, Liberia is going to be in the bigger picture, and you're not going to see individuals. If you put Liberia first, you're not going to see political party. If you put Liberia first, you're not going to see personal interest. It's Liberia's interest that you're going to see. So that's why we call for putting Liberia above all else. So if you put Liberia above all else, your decisions, your actions, and inactions are going to be in the interest of Liberia. So wherever you are as a Liberian, put Liberia first. If you put Liberia first, you're going to do that. Even leaders, if you as leader put Liberia first, you're going to take decisions that will benefit Liberia and Liberians, and not personal decisions or decisions that will benefit you and your immediate families. Your Excellency, we hope we want to let on this platform and this particular segment, we speak to you and the people of Liberia and bring greetings from the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia, headed by the board chaired by Nambari Wanda, one of Liberia's guests, and then the secretariat is being led, and the team lead of the secretariat, which is called the executive director, is Anderson D. Mehmet, and he's assisted by Jared D. Yakula and William Tali and all of the other members. We say, and the entire team, including our county field officers, we bring you greetings and say good morning to you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, as usual on this platform, we bring things to your attention that we think are very necessary, that you know about them. And before we do that, let us say thank you. Thank you for the leadership so far. Thank you for leading our country. We know that it's not an easy thing to lead a country, but in everything, we say thank you. Thank you so far. But there are a few things we want to bring to your attention. Number one, Your Excellency, we want to ask you, at what point do you wait for a situation to reach before you can take action, especially against your officials? I will ask the question again. At what point do you wait for a particular situation to reach before you can take action, especially regarding your officials, people who you appointed, people who you have control over, you who you are supervising, who are reporting to you. At what point do you take actions when issues coming up about them? I'm asking this question to go straight to Nimba County. In Nimba County, the superintendent in Nimba County, Nelson Kofoy, he has been in the news for the wrong reason since his appointment. Your Excellency, the superintendent of Nimba County, since his appointment, he has been in the news for all of the wrong reasons. You may recall when you visited the counties and you went to Nimba, there was an allegation that you gave 1 million. All of that 1,200,000 allegedly vanished right in the hands of the superintendent. And then that one again, when the people raised the alarm, they talked about it, and they traded allegations against each other, it went down. The same superintendent again is now in the news again, for not for the good reason, but for the wrong reason. He authorized, allegedly, in fact, he admitted, so it's not alleged, he admitted authorizing the payment of the county PMCs and the team of the PMC. And it is believed that, and what it's provided is that county sitting resolutions are the one to be followed for the payment of these people, and they are done usually on an annual basis. Nimba has not had any new county sitting, and this payment was made. It is believed that it was in contravention of the budget law and all of the different rules regarding the CDF. Today, there is protest going on in Ganta. We're asking for the resignation or for the replacement of the superintendent. Your Excellency, when these things come up, especially regarding issues about corruption involving your officials, we crave your indulgence to kindly take speedy measures, to kindly be proactive, more proactive than being reactive. If you are proactive, Your Excellency, before these things reach any proportion, you will take action and make sure that they are resolved. If you are proactive, when these allegations are coming against your officials, you call them immediately and then ask them what issue we need to be clear about it, and let them come back to the public and be clear and provide clarity on these matters. But I mean, when things happening and you are just silent about it and you don't speak about it, you don't do anything about it, and when it come up, it just go down dead, it die by itself. I mean, it doesn't look good. So we want you to kindly take these things serious when they come up against your officials, because it sends bad image for your government, and it doesn't show your professed commitment to fighting corruption. So you've professed that your government and your administration is committed to fighting corruption and dealing with it no matter who's involved. But sometimes the way you go about dealing with issues about allegations against your officials about corruption doesn't show that it doesn't match your professed commitment with your action. So what we call for all of the time, we want to see how you will match your words with your deeds. So when the words and the deeds are matching, then we see that concrete actions will be taken. But as it stands, we still have that saying those things happen. So the next thing we want to ask about, Your Excellency, what are you hearing and what have you gathered regarding this legis census training process? All of the things that are coming about, what are you contemplating? Are you going to call these people out? Have you called them to give you clarity on what's really happening? Because I mean, across the country, It can be everybody just alleging and raising allegations against just a single institution. The same institution that they still got corruption matter hanging over them, and they go in the counties to do census. Yet the same things are coming up. When these allegations are coming up and they are not being clarified, and when you look at the realities of what happened in the governance process, especially when your administration took over, where lists were being sent from party headquarters to different ministries and agencies asking for employment. I mean, it tells that when these kind of allegations are coming up, people think that maybe it's the same thing happening. So people are accusing your administration, they are accusing the leadership of lists that they went and sat aptitude tests, they passed the aptitude test, but only to find out that different names came, different people surfaced, and their name vanished. So they are alleging that the party or the partisans are the ones who are the ones who are surfacing, and those who pass the aptitude test, they have been suspended, they have been seconded for the partisan. So these are not good, information coming up. So when these things come up, Your Excellency, you need to take concrete action. You need to take action swiftly to avoid some of these things happening. So we hope you've gotten information about that. So those are things we wanted to talk to you about. The next segment we want to go to, we want to speak to our lawmakers. Good morning to the Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, Dr. Buford Chambers. Good morning to the Honorable Pro Tem of the Liberian Senate, Honorable Albert Chi. Good morning, Your Excellencies. Good morning, Honorables. We want to say, I mean, we are hearing you guys speaking out of recent, and Liberians, we should be wise. Let's be wise. We are hearing the speaker is speaking out, calling for things to be done in the interest of the Liberian people. We're hearing the pro tem is calling for budget to be beneficial to the people. Oh my God. Oh my God. These two individuals, their budget, these two individuals, their budget combined, you can put the GAC budget, you put the LACC budget, you put the FIU budget, you put the PPCC budget, you put the four institutional budget together, it can reach the two individual budget. Two individuals, their budget in the national budget. Two of them, the money that they're receiving that go to the offices. When you put GAC money, you put LACC money, you put PPCC money, you put FIU money, you put all of them together, it can reach the money that they are receiving from the national budget. But yet, these are the people who are saying now that the budget should benefit the people. Let's work in the interest of the people. Honorables, we need to be sincere with the people of Liberia. We are not saying that you shouldn't get paid for the work that you do. But if you realize that in a struggling country like Liberia, when just two individuals' budget can double the budget of four different integrity institutions, it tells that something is not going right. It tells that we need to rewrite the way we're thinking about our national cake, how we share an equal distribution of our national cake. So if the institutions are supposed to be ensuring that the resources are expended properly, institutions are supposed to be ensuring that resources of the country are accounted for, these institutions are underfunded, but yet we have money that we can be chunking around, $30,000, $15,000, we're chunking it around, and we're trading it as though, oh my God. Yet we come and say, but the national cake should benefit, it should be equally distributed. How equal would that be? when you throwing money around when JFK doesn't have medicine to take care of people. When Redemption Hospital is struggling, it's empty, partially empty. You go there, people are given people prescription to go and buy drugs outside. When Jackson Dole Hospital is there, struggling, can easily survive. When the Telewian Hospital is there, when the J.J. Johnson Hospital is there, struggling. Yet, we say national cake should benefit the people. Let's be sincere with the people of Liberia. Let's be fair, because now we're going to 2023, you go Liberians. I said it initially, you need to be wise. You need to calculate, read between the lines. These people will now start saying these things because we are nearing 2023. Today is the 19th of October. So November and December. So January is just next to. So we're going to start 2023 just 2 months and less from now. So we're going to hear all of these things, all of these sweet sugar-coated words are going to be coming up from people who have been there, who have never thought of doing things that will benefit you. It's now time that they will start going back to the communities. During the elections time, they carry ballot boxes to places that they say they call hard to reach places. Ballot boxes can go there. But doing for a development to go there, they say the place is hard to reach. For them to go back to go speak to you, they say the place is hard to reach. You see that? So you need to be wise and think about these things. Evaluate people you elect. Do not vote on the basis of party. Do not vote on the basis of love for an individual. Vote on the basis of the competence and what that person has come to offer the country, and not what they have come to offer you, and not what you will benefit as an individual. That's why you should look out for. That's why I said initially when I started, I said, let's put Liberia first. If you put Liberia first, you're going to do what is right. Okay? We said we're going to talk about something else. Let me I almost forgot about that. Okay, so we already talk to the young people of Liberia. Let us be wise. You constitute 70% of the in 2017. That was the record. I think I need to. I don't know why it is now, but you need to be wise. If you are majority, no, you are in majority in voting population. You are in majority. So if you are in majority, it means that you have the power in your hands. If you use the power wisely, it's going to benefit you. It benefits you not as an individual, not individually, but when something benefits the country, when TVET institutions are opened and running, and not the one that are getting all of the support run by one political party, the one that will be nationally driven, like NVTC, vibrant, and you have it all across the place. People, they're funding it. In the counties, you have TVET institutions that are operating and are moving vibrantly. I mean, that's why we call for and benefit you as a young person. So if hospitals are funded, it means that your parents and you yourself, you benefit from it. If our educational sector will reach a 20% benchmark of support to education, you yourself, you benefit. So that's why we call for. So that's why you should be pushing for and not going to, I mean, you need to be wise. That's what I have to say to you. To the people of Liberia, do not vote on party line. Do not vote on the basis of law for individuals. Vote on the basis of Liberia. If you put Liberia first, you're going to ask the questions and evaluate people you're going to be electing to go to public office. Thank you so much. We are not taking a break. We'll go straight to our point of discussion today. So the program you're listening to is called Integrated Watch, the 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Wednesday on Truth 96.1 FM. It runs from 11 to 12 noon. And a repeat is on Sunday from 9 to 10 p.m. So today, we said we're talking about the three known kinds of corruption, or equality types of corruption. But the three known kinds of corruption. So we have petty corruption. So petty corruption refers to daily corruption carried out by government employees for services that the public is entitled to. The money involved is usually small and paid to speed up transaction. So this kind of corruption, when you go for passport, for instance, they make the passport process so complicated so that when you go there, you see the huge number of people who have gathered. So then you start looking around for somebody who's in the system that you can be able to grab so that you can get your passport quickly. Or you go for driver's lesson to the Ministry of Transport, and you see how the process, they made the process look so complicated. There's nothing to inform you, nothing to guide you. So you go to somebody who you have to pay bribe to go and be able to process the document. So that's called petty corruption. It falls under petty corruption. So then you have grand corruption. Grand corruption is where massive money, massive wealth is stolen from the country by senior public officials using corrupt means. So grand corruption is usually by public officials that involves huge sum of money. So for instance, a company is supposed to come to Liberia to do mining or to do do investment in Liberia. So one individual goes to the company and tell the company, say, you need to pay me so and so amount of money, and then I can process so and so document, I gave you so and so thing, let it go free. One instance is the global witness issue with the Councillor Vanny Sherman. You saw what Councillor Sherman did. Councillor Sherman allegedly he went, he told the people, say, you come, I will manipulate the law, the money law, so that it can benefit you. So he manipulated it, and then they were able to have, they pay him, and he did that allegedly. So that's the reason why Councillor Sherman is being sanctioned by the US government because of the corruption and things like how he manipulated the law, he paid bribes, lawyers, and let these things happen. So these are different, the grand corruption. The next one is systemic corruption. Systemic corruption. This is a type of corruption that is brought about, encouraged, and promoted by the system itself. It occurs where corruption is present in all sectors of the society and not restricted to a few dishonest persons. So this one, the system itself has been corrupted. So when you get in, you either become a member or you get out. The former Unity parties used to say, what did you say? With or you upside down, something like that. Used to say. So you either be or you are not. So that's how the system works. So the system has been corrupted to the extent that when you get there and try to correct it, the system will start fighting you back. How does it happen? You went, now you see the Ministry of Transport. If you go there to the Ministry of Transport as director of or minister, and you want to make sure that people follow the system and that system works, that system will start to fight you back. This is how it's going to fight you back. They will look for means, all sorts of ways to entrap you so that you can be part of that system. If you refuse, that system will find means to get you out. We saw it when the former city mayor, Mary Brock, when Mary Brock came and was mayor of Monrovia, when she started moving about and clearing the streets, you need to see how Broad Street, the beautification of Broad Street project that Madam Broad undertook. The system was fighting her. It fought her. The only thing that helped her was because the former president supported her. That's why she succeeded. Had it not been so, the system would have booted out Madam Broad. So the system has been built in a way that it's just normal. That's how it's supposed to be. They corrupted the system, and they think that that's how it's supposed to be. So that's why they have made the people to believe that it's not possible to fight corruption in Liberia because we think we met corruption here and we're going to leave it here and go. So that's the mentality they have made you to believe, they have built. So that's when you go into government, you believe that, I mean, this system, the whole thing about government, about come and grab, go. So that thing where you call it system, they can work here. It's possible, but because of our mindset, of our mindset, it is possible for us to fight corruption in Liberia for the system to work. Systems can work by itself. You don't need to, when you put in place system can work by itself. You don't need human effort to make systems work. How do I know? I will go back to the same Mary Brewer. When Madame Brewer started the city ordinance, there were resistance, stiff resistance. People resisted her to the extent that when she went to jail. She went to the lawmakers. There were vote of no confidence and all sort of things. They call her non-governmental materials and all sort of names they call her. But you see what happened today? Because of the system that she put into place for people to observe every first Saturday as a clean-up day. Do we have people who going around with whips to be whipping people to clean up their area or to close their stores until 10 o'clock? No. So the system has been built and the system is working. So that's how systems work. When you build system, the only thing that you need is to just enforce that, make that system to work by itself. Do you think it's not possible for us to have a system at the Ministry of Transport where people can just go and follow the procedure easily and get their documents? It's possible. But because we have people who we carry and we want them to get their daily bread, so we spoil all the systems. So we carry them, we say everybody, y'all go, y'all wear jacket, y'all wear your bags, y'all stay around. I mean, when people come, y'all hijack, then y'all take your tell and say we can do it for you. I mean, so because we carry people, they didn't get any TOR, so they got nothing to do. They only go there to go hustle. So that's the mindset. We're going to hustle. How will you go to work? You leave from your house in the morning to go to work, to go serve the public, and you say you're going to hustle. Is that hustle you're going to do? No, you're going to work. You're going to deliver service. So if you leave your house with the mind of going to deliver service, it means that when you go there, it's service you're going to deliver. But when you go with the mindset that I'm going to hustle, it means that you're going to hustle whatever comes your way. So that's a different type of. So systemic corruption is a type of corruption that is done in the system will encourage it. There is another example I want to give, but that example is political, so I will leave it. I will leave that example. But I mean, let me just talk about this. For instance, people dishing out money without going through any process, 30,000, without going through any process, they give it to people. And then they go up where the very places they're representing, they don't even have good health facility, they don't even have educational facility better. But they go up and say, oh, but I got my own. I got my own. Another man I get his own. Another man I get their own too. So what? So what are you encouraging? I mean, it's like you're trying to provoke the other already suffering people. You're talking about 30,000 and you're making it to be like fun. It's not fun. That money is a huge money that should benefit, that should go to somewhere that people will benefit. But one person taking a pocket it and then they come on and boast. And people will defend these people because that's the system that they have built. But if you try, we can work these systems out. We can make this system to be better. Only if we believe and we change the way we think. The way we believe that they have made us believe that corruption is just a normal thing. It's a way of life. No, corruption is not a way of life. But these are the things, the different types of corruption. So we have petty corruption. Today we're talking about petty corruption. Petty corruption is about the one that people will do daily. Where go hustle. So you go there, you standing there, you standing to the Ministry of either for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or to the National Identification Registry. I also that another place there again. Another place again for serious corruption is the National Identification Registry again. I mean, that's why learning national identification cards into just anybody's hand. So when these are the petty corruption that occur. And petty corruption also occurs in the banks. You go to the bank to go get your little money. They tell us sitting behind the desk, she got all, or he or she has all of the papers filed before her or before him. And those are the people, those of you on the line, you're standing there. Imagine you go from 9 o'clock, you're there 12, and the bank's supposed to close maybe by 2 o'clock. You're sitting in the line, you look at the time, it's about 1 o'clock. What else do you have to do? You have to look for somebody to pay bribe to. So the next thing you have to do now is to call either the security or call somebody next door and say, my man, I got something for you. I need a certain amount of money. Or you take out the money, you bring the money, I give you this amount. That's it. They will compel you to do that. So those who are collecting those kind of money, they are involved into petty corruption. So the grand corruption is about public officials who will just manipulate a system to just get for themselves, get huge amount of money or take huge amount of money that go to them. I listened to one official of government who said, if I go to the county, I use my influence in the county and tell the company say, you're paying so person, you're do the 1 year, or you're giving so amount of money, let me go face the other place here. I mean, that corruption there, yes, that's corruption. What you're supposed to be doing as an official of government is to make sure that the company does the right thing, live according to the agreement that was signed with the people. And if they're supposed to build clinic in that particular area, project affected communities, the project affected communities should make sure that those clinics are equipped so that the people can benefit. But not for you to go there and say, give me the money, I'm going to do this one way, then you take it and say, that's not corruption, that's corruption. That's corruption. So that's why we're talking about it. And the last one we'll talk about is the systemic corruption. So let's get to the public. Maybe you want to share your thought on which maybe you want to share your thoughts on which type of corruption have you witnessed? Which type of corruption have you witnessed? And then we want to share here on this platform the number to call. The number to call 077 017 5162. 077 017 5162. That's the number to call to be live on the program. 077 017 5162. That's the number to call to be live on the program. So you want to make your comment, you can call 077 017 5162. That's the number to call to be live on the program. So yes, so it was from 2021. We had a combination. So there were a little bit of change in the budget for integrated institutions. Yes, in this current little bit, but not as the other would be. So let's take this caller. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Yes, yeah. Call from my GSO office.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you.
Thank you for your discussion. Thank you for your discussion. See, that's why during our society, gradually this corruption, this death of corruption, how witness all of this corruption. First of all, I'm the director, the founder of the Defense of our Lateral after that.
Okay.
Chairman of the Transitional Justice Working Group.
Okay.
That's it. My name is Yes in Peace on there.
Okay.
Sometimes you go like when corruption, go to the bank, get your money, and they say you can pay to go, you care, ask to bribe. But sometimes all of those influences, system down, are just a form.
Okay.
Staying there for the longest time and nothing. You end up getting into different accounts, taking money, we get this money and then give to God. And sometimes, again, what the causes of this thing again is that we are not patient in some of those things, so we want to do it fast.
Okay.
That's one of the things, yes. But this will help. We like when we try to post stuff to all of those things. You see what's happening in our country now? Money, the way you were saying, 2 main budgets, just 2 individual their budget. Country can live on. But today, you see a lot of Nigerians going to bed on the empty stomach, and those that are enjoying Nigerian high-end money, taxpayer money, they have no regret. And election is coming again, my brother. You will see them going in the town and villages where the 6 years that they were there, they never wanted to go there. They say, road is bad, no road going there, but we end up sitting on motorbike. And then get down to walk and go to those farm villages. But after the whole thing, the team said their whole car. It really hurts me to see people using Nigerians a day, Nigerians suffering Nigerians a day. This is very bad. We really need to talk to the electorates. We need to talk to them this time around. Nigeria is very old to be crawling down when the other country going on the right, then we're going on the left. Or when they're going ahead, then we're revolving. Thank you very much for your discussion.
Thank you.
I admire you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And my regard to all the True FM family.
All right. Thank you so much. 077-017-5162. That's the number to call to be live on the program Integrity Watch. Integrity Watch is a 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Wednesday on Truth 96.1 FM, and a repeat of the program will be on Sunday from 9 to 10 p.m. Today we're talking about petty corruption, the type of corruption that occurs on a daily basis and usually facilitated by public officials who solicit bribe from individuals to be able to perform services that they've been paid for, that's supposed to be entitlement of the public. And then we talk about grand corruption. Grand corruption is where massive wealth is stolen from the country by senior officials of government. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about systemic corruption. Systemic corruption, this type of corruption is usually brought about or encouraged and promoted by the system itself. So the system itself encourages these kinds of ways for people to engage in the corruption, so people can bypass system and do things that are not right. So the number to call 077-017-5162. That's the number to call to be live on the program. And the program is Integrity Watch. It's a 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Wednesday on Truth 96.1 FM. We have a caller on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
One the name of where are you calling from?
This is Attila. I'm calling from community.
Let's hear you.
Well, I listened to your keynote. You spoke of something that really got into my mind,
okay,
which has to do with effective corruption.
Okay.
This is one of the things I see in Liberia, and we don't know.
Okay.
But if they recently have a shortage of rice, but we've got to understand that because most Liberians only have access to rice, then many people decided divert to Gary, which was available for the local people. But we've got to understand that those who are selling these materials, for human consumption, decided to put the price up, which of course they never, go and got it for a higher price. So this is one of the things that we are experiencing in Liberia. We ourselves carry on this corruption on a daily basis. You see, many women go and buy something for a little price and will go out there and go and sell it for a very costly price. just to support the ordinary person.
No, but in that first instance, supply and demand, you know about that, right? So
Yeah.
when the supply is less, what happens?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, that one you see the higher cost now.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Yeah, so you see, this is a problem. The best person, you are talking about people going to the bank and sometimes people know what they're supposed to do, and once they get there, they won't let to serve the public, but rather take driving. All these things is happening on a daily basis. You see that what the person is supposed to do, they know that it is their responsibility. They will leave it, but rather to demand something in exchange of what they know that they should have offered as a service. So we notice that the ordinary citizen are already involved into corruption. Most of people know that yet the government is involved into this act, but we the citizens ourselves, everywhere, every institution is go, you see that corruption is everywhere. Okay. So my brother, it just difficult.
No, it's possible. It may sound difficult, but it's possible. We can deal with it.
It's possible if we are determined to
Yeah, the education is one important because when people know, they will act.
Seriously.
Yes, so if you can be an ambassador. Thank you so much. Your points are well noted. 077-017-5162. It is possible. Yes, it is. With knowledge, we all can join this fight against corruption. Knowing how corruption manifests, the next time we come, we're going to look at the different manifestations of corruption so that you know where corruption can manifest, all of the different places corruption, how it can manifest. There are different ways corruption can show itself up. It passed through different things then. So we're going to talk about it next time we come here. So today we're talking about petty corruption, grand corruption, and systemic corruption. These are the three basic types of corruption we're talking about today. So we have a caller on this line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name and where are you calling from? Please lower the volume of the radio. Okay, let's hear you. Your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, I'm Morris. I'm calling from PA.
Morris, let's hear you.
All right, you're talking about the issue of corruption.
Yes.
And you make mention of the national registry and thinking of that particular entity.
Okay.
When it comes to corruption, I was the last corruption which I especially when I want to go to my national education card. Yeah, I did a card and then I mistakenly lost it, so I decided to retrieve it. So I don't know, he's the director of who. He's supposed to make it explain to me that, since you are already done the biometric, you have to do the biometric Zota.
Okay.
But they didn't inform me about that. I paid the money, everything. After I paid the money, he gave me a receipt. And then he asked me, but you did a card before. I did a card before, but I lost it, so I want to redo it. And then he just said, okay, you already gave the money. He just told us to give me the receipt back. And he said, come back on Friday, you'll get your ID card. Because I left on there. I went to her Friday, and since that time I've been going almost 2 months when I can receive the ID card.
Okay.
Yeah, so the corruption issue is a serious issue in all the instances and around here.
All right.
Thank you for the program.
Thank you so much. Your point is well noted. Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from? Oh.
Good morning. This is Lauren Masakwe.
Masakwe, let's hear you.
Okay, I'm calling from Grand Kima County.
Masakwe, how is Grand Kima?
Grand Kima County is good town.
Yakune. Let's go ahead.
Oh no, man, I'm very happy to listen to the program this morning.
Okay.
And I'm listening to the grand corruption.
Okay.
That come to hear Martin that is people just go on that. People that will stay on the phone and vote for that have the concession agreement in their hand, and they are sitting down. People are suffering. So they just because they come to the election plan, you are telling people the money work with the people. Let me go to the point. Dear Martin, that we don't found like the records as employees. That is the agreement of the constitution of the agreement that employees should not be done on, and what is that contractor or getting on the project. Okay. Then they sat down there with the labor minister, charge cases, with the employees, and they are keeping contractor on the project. Then it reminds me to the president that you are just saying. In 2007, when he took King John, which is Becky McCarthy, what I call it, he said that Liberia would not be spectator to the coming.
Yeah, that was
That was his, we live in 12 kilo at the time, when you're moving around.
Okay.
So then we thought that you know the big spectator, as I told you, our people went to school and learn. Yes, the minister of the tell at the mind was an agreement. Now, when you get two, they say you're putting over the other, get two, they're not taking on the rate and the prayer apartment to all the time.
All right, I want to take one more color next to you so that we'll close up. Your points, I think.
Policeman, the minister or commission for labor telling us that policeman is making 125 years, make it 250, you don't have it. And we are telling travel is working all the mind for 15 days, day and night, to ask me any answer that they communicate out.
All right.
Because of that, they put all the employees down.
Thank you. Let me take this last call up quick there. Thank you.
So I just want to thank you for this corruption. The government is all they want, backing those people for this thing.
Yeah, thank you.
But 2023 will take always.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right. Let me take this. Oh man, sorry. I'm sorry. I really wanted to take you to be the last caller, but I'm not sure. Okay, let me just squeeze you in quickly.
Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry, somebody was on the line for a while. How are you?
Hi.
Let's hear you.
This is Emmanuel Imanka Repeater.
Let's hear you, Emmanuel.
Yeah, thank you for the topic on the discussion. We are discussing corruption.
Yeah, quickly.
First thing in life, within the Republic of Black people. If you go to any governmental entity, if you see on the paper, $100 US, when you go with that, we'll say US because of corruption.
Okay.
That's the thing. If now, people discussing, people stealing anything corruption, you can tell me you pay for meter or taxes when you can get a meter. My brother may tell me, you're not stealing correct?
Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to give you a little time. We got a lot of time, actually. Thank you so much. Your points are well noted.
Okay.
Yeah. So the program you've been listening to is called Integrity. Yes, I mean, we were talking about the different types of corruption today. We talk about petty corruption. We talk about grand corruption. We talk about systemic corruption. So all of the different ways they are, we define them. So next time we come in here, we're going to be talking about the manifestation of this corruption, how they manifest, how corruption manifests. So we're going to be talking about that. So the program is called Integrity Watch, the 1 hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Wednesday on Truth 96.1 FM. It runs from 11 to 12. It's repeated on Sunday from 9 to 10. My name is Sam Zota. I'm the Media and Communications Officer. Here are my colleagues, Mark Wandao and Jerry Lin T. Wendy Atlantic camera, making sure our visibility is. Join us next Wednesday for another edition of the program. Better still, Sunday, 9 to 10 p.m. Bye-bye.